Hey, crowd observations number 69 is in the house. What, you did expect others to know the traffic rules? You're so cute. I don't really have a clear explanation what the hell is going on here. Why was he so far on the oncoming lane? Was it because of this pretty odd way how this tram is driving pretty close to the other lane, leaving only little room for passing each other? If so, what was the other driver thinking to simply keep on going on the other lane instead of braking or something? Double lane turn! He certainly had such a sign, but who cares about yield signs when people apparently don't even care so much to stay alive? Our man is coming from work and just quickly wants to get something from a food place.
Alter!
Nobody is counting on such a level of borderline idiocy, but it reminds you how driving is a dangerous task, all the time. We got 2 lanes for 2 directions and 2 different lights for those. And we got serious impatience. But well, this guy may stop in a very bad location, but he did stop at the light. You know for yourself, many people don't. The only thing heavier than running red lights is doing that in the most aggressive way. But being aggressive, or oblivious, or ignorant, or reckless, we keep seeing all of this all the time. This specimen here delivers a show of various additional low-quality passes. And the greatest thing is, our man saw this car and its driver soon after at the next gas station. This incompetent driving really did pay off. You'll understand this odd question in a second. How are you guys leaving your car? Okay, aside from the fact that it seemed to be an appropriate measure to dodge the opening door instead of slamming the brakes, every driver has the duty to check for traffic when opening his goddamn door. Just ramming it open without taking a single look doesn't get any more oblivious. In Germany, when people are moving over a marked crosswalk, car traffic has to stop. It's an absolutely normal thing here, so I don't understand why that car driver over there honked at those people and gestured around. Could he be a majesty? Let's get to the facepalm moment of the day. So over here, trucks cannot drive faster than approximately 90 kph. They just can't. This van over to the right is pretty much crawling around with 80 kph or even less. Trucking Ben wants to rightfully pass him, and in the middle of this ordeal, he suddenly finds his frickin' gas pedal. That is already stupid enough, but the other side of the freeway got stopped for some reason, and now this van driver needs to gawk over there, and while doing that, of course, getting slower.
Ey, nur am Glotzen, fahr doch, Mann, ey!
I am not driving a truck, but those ignorant assholes deserve all the hate. And here, we are getting a glimpse how it looks like when the authorities need to get to somewhere over the freeway. Sadly, people rarely understand how they have to react correctly to give proper way to such vehicles. The van driver over there drives slowly and far to the left, but since traffic is still somewhat fast, those officers will not filter through all the lanes here, so they want him to move over. It takes a while until he realizes it, but eventually things work out. I have seen way worse examples for people blocking off emergency vehicles. It's Trucking Ben again, but at least this time crap doesn't turn out to be his business. And now have a couple of snippets you can make up your own mind about. Double lane turn is coming up ahead, and this BMW has a left lane hog in front of him. We all hate them, we really do, but still it seems pretty weird to me how the BMW keeps flashing at this car constantly. Especially within the turn, with this double line, he doesn't really expect him to move over right now, does he? All the weird stuff happening in traffic every day certainly keeps you entertained.
Was macht der da für Experimente? Der fährt auf der Gegenspur? Hallo, Engländer, wir sind in Deutschland.
Everybody who's cycling every now and then understands that you would want to keep your pace and not stop, preferably. But this guy here... Grandpa's watching you. And making it even more hilarious, our light switches to green so quickly that the cyclist from the other road might have had a red light too. Trucks have to keep a safety distance of at least 50 meters, but while this here is seriously not to be suggested, I can understand that drivers of heavy vehicles don't want to give up any speed. But talking about safety distance, such an important concept, but one of the most ignored ones too. So, do you think this distance here is enough? Find out for yourself. Anybody with some common sense would have said this distance sucks, because it wasn't even barely enough. In Germany we have very simple measurements for having the right distance. You take your speedometer, in this case almost 140 kph, and half of this number should be your minimum distance in meters. So our driver was supposed to keep a distance of at least 70 meters, but it was only 30 meters. And here you see why safety distance is absolutely essential. The problem with way too many drivers, sadly, is that they are only driving by habit. Over the years of driving, the cars they are driving behind of don't brake all of a sudden. And unconsciously, people get closer and closer over every drive they do. So after years of driving and nothing happening, people get a false sense of safety while following others way too closely. Because since 100 times everything was hunky-dory, they think nothing could ever happen. Until somebody does brake, and you're likely to end up in his trunk. This is one of the things you can spot a truly good driver by, if he's always watching his distance no matter the circumstances or the experience. Because also, experience does not beat safety distance. It does not. The guy in this clip here was putting all of his attention on the bus and failed to watch for cars in the roundabout. Oh well, there is a cyclist crossing a red light at night. Nothing unusual, right? In general, at night with much lower traffic, people tend to do this more often. Only 4 minutes later, we got a red light, and oncoming traffic also got red. But still not enough, just another 4 minutes later.
Das war wieder bei Rot, der nächste und das an der Polizeistation. Läuft doch!
Police station, I see. It's not like I never saw cops run over red lights without need. But that's a whole different story. There are no more stories in this episode. But if you want to hear more of those, check out another episode of ours. There are 2 options on the screen. See you again very soon.